Hey everyone, I wanted to demonstrate the power and usefulness of visual regression testing, specifically with BackstopJS. BackstopJS is just kind of a tool that I use to run through hundreds or dozens or many pages to double check them that I didn't inadvertently make a CSS change or something like that. I test the local environment against the production being the canonical version and the one that I would like to maintain. So I'm going to run through a little scenario here. I've set up this kind of fake little website and some fake information and data on it. So pretend that the client would like this phone number down here changed to red. To get more attention to it. So this is a production environment. It's out on the internet. I have this hosted on AWS. And I have a local environment set up here, the exact same data. Okay, I want to inspect this and change it, but I want to make sure that I don't break anything else in the process. Oftentimes you'll see this with like older websites or websites with kind of bad HTML structure or poorly written CSS. So let's just see what we get, and we'll install some tests along the way. So what I want to do is inspect this element. I'll bring over my inspector here. Okay, it looks like this element here is right there. It has a class of phone. Okay, so let's go target the class of phone and change that color to red. So if I come over here to my links, type phone, color red. Okay, make sure it ran. It did. I like to use this one, the browser stack version. It kind of busts up the cache first, but this is just a proxy of the local. So you see it changed. Good. That's what we want. So I need to make sure that I didn't break anything else on the page. So this page only has 10 posts or 11 posts or something like that, and a couple other pages. But I'm gonna just, maybe it has dozens of post types and 1,000, 2,000, 30,000 blog posts. I don't want to go through those each and ensure that I didn't break something. So I'm going to install a tool to help me out. The one I use is BackstopJS. Is this one. It's called BackstopJS. Uses Chrome headless. It just basically, you set it up with a bunch of pages at a bunch of different viewports, and it goes and takes screenshots and compares the two. So let's get started with it. So installation, let's start at installation. Okay, npm install globally BackstopJS. Let's go into my terminal. I'm installing this globally, so it doesn't really matter where I am. So install it. Looks like it's running. Okay, cool. Now I need to initialize a project, a BackstopJS configuration project inside my project. So my local project, I'm working in the theme. I've kept my theme as my project. So everything that I initialize in here is going to initialize into this directory that I'm already in. You see I'm in WP content, themes, foundation press. That's the foundation press is the theme that I'm working on. Backstop init. So we're going to initialize a project inside this directory that I'm already in. You're going to see a couple new files and folders kind of pop up. A backstop data and a backstop JSON. And this backstop JSON is what we're concerned with. Let's open up this baby, and we have a couple, a big chunk of JSON right here. It's a big configuration, some default stuff. It matches up with the installation found on the README, but I'm going to run through this really quickly. So we want the ID. This is useful for naming the screenshots. Like I said, this is, think of it like a computerized camera that goes out and screenshots a bunch of different websites for you. Part of those screenshots are at different sizes, viewports. We can run some stuff before it happens. We can run some scripts after it happens. We're not concerned right now with it, but we are concerned with this scenarios array. There's only one object in this array right now, but I think of these scenarios as pages. So these are the pages I'm going to go out and take a screenshot of. I don't want to, there's some advanced settings in here. I don't want to deal with those right now, but we can certainly tackle that later. But what I want to do now is take my production environment, take snapshots of all these pictures or all these pages, and then have them kind of store those as this library of like, okay, this is my perfect website. So I'm going to copy this URL. I'm going to call this EOM homepage. I don't need cookies. I'm going to remove those. My URL is, so this is a little bit tricky. My reference URL is my external, my perfect website, and my internal is this one, is the local. I wish maybe I can PR that documentation or something. So the reference URL, we're going to take screenshots of all these things and then kind of hold them inside this project and version control and everything else. The URL is the work that you're doing, your local environment, the stuff that you want to test. Okay, so that's one page. I want to do a bunch of pages though. I want to go out here. So there's sample page. So I just copy this object, paste it, EOM. Sample page. Oops. Sample page. Let's put a true slash on this. Okay, that's one page. So you don't have to do these for every single page, every single time, but once you set it up, you're good to go. You'll always be able to do these tests. So it's a little bit of setup cost up front, and then you're good to go from there on out. Contact us. Let's do posts. Comma paste. Posts. Posts, and then I want it to do one. So comma paste. I want it to do a single post. And then I always write post type equals post. So if in case you have like custom post types or custom templates or something like that, you take a screenshot of one of them and then you can identify if anything has changed. So this was kind of a funky URL. I need to copy this. And I get it? Yes. Okay. That's what I want. So now I have a couple pages, some data, some couple versions of things. I need to go out and take screenshots of these. So back over to the, I can do test right now, generating test bitmaps. So this is new set. None of these are going to pass. I need to, wait, you know what? Let's try this. Instead of doing this change right now, let's just do test. Back, stop, test. So we're gonna get a nice little report. Probably nothing will pass because we're not really doing anything. We don't have anything to compare it to. Okay. So there's no backstop, there's no reference file. We haven't approved anything. So we have 10 failed tests. We're checking all these pages, but we don't have any references. So backstop, we need to create those references. There's another command that you can use, but we're gonna just use approve. Backstop approve. Okay, so all these files, backstop default, EOM, paid, contact us. See how that naming convention right there? Probably use some refinement, but they are held references. So all these are our reference files. Those will come in use later. Do we have tests? Okay, we have a test date, time kind of thing here. Let's run test again. Should all pass now, right? Because zero things have changed. Yep, 10 passed. Cool. So this is our baseline right now. We haven't done any work. I erased this SCSS. So all this, the two websites, the local and production, they're exactly the same right now. So let's go change that. Client requested that this guy be red. Okay, let's go change that. So can I do this? Yay. And then did it run? Cool. So let's go check our local. I've been using browser sync in this project. It's pretty sweet. Cool. So it changed here. Let's go sample page. Did it change there? Yes. Okay, cool. It's a footer widget. I changed some CSS in the footer widget, and it seems to work. So I'm going to pretend that there's like 1,000 pages, and I am sure not going to test them all. But Backstop will. So let's let Backstop run. I'm going to delete this report. Uh-oh. Come poor? What does that mean? 9 passed, 1 failed. Where's our failure? So a little green over here. I suppose you can click on it, find the failure, find the passes, find the alls. So I'm just clicking up here. There's a nice little search filter. So just imagine more than 10. Oh, I saw some red. So let's check this guy out. What's changed? I think I see it. Get a hold of us. Yeah, I do. I also see so here's the failure. And eom.net.contact us. Here's one. Why didn't this guy? Oops, where's my report? This didn't this passed, but it shouldn't have passed. See that? This text, this is red, this is blue. So this is a delta, a difference. But this one did pass. So we're gonna have to refine some of the percentages, how sensitive is the sensitivity. So here's an example of something that that failed. Did you know you had this also changed over here? And since we're on the contact us page, so we can go visit it. Like, oh, I didn't want to change this guy. I only wanted to change this. But the way Backstop works, it looks for percentages of change. And so this probably fell within acceptable, beneath the acceptable threshold of change per page. But it's obviously not, because that's kind of a glaring test. Let's go see if we can mess with that. First, the example. So you might have to zoom in. It's a hot pink. Here's the differences, and then I click and drag, and you can see this scrubber. If I go back and forth, it kind of looks like a quick little movie, but you can see that the blue, the red. We didn't want that. We wanted blue to red down here, not up here. So let's go investigate that other problem, because we should be seeing a delta right here too. Okay, hold on. Let's look at sensitivity. I think there's something in the config file. Debug, async limit. Delay. Mismatch threshold. Okay. Let's do, I want to do find and replace. Oops. Dude. Find and replace. Let's do 0.0. Think that'll change anything? Replace it all. It's kind of precise. And then let's do our tests again. Let's see what that does. Get rid of that old test. I think it's already gone. Okay. Looking at the browser, the terminal, it's kind of outputting some stuff for us. A little bit more differences. Oh wow. One passed. That's it? Okay. Yeah, all of them should have passed, huh? Or all of them should have failed. What passed? Interesting. Sounds red. Huh. So all these pages have the footer, so they should all fail, correct? Right. But this one passed. So you're seeing a good example of testing the sensitivity. Okay. I don't know why this one, the post page, it passed, but there's obviously a difference. There's a lot of content. It should have failed. Maybe it's less than 0.01% of the content on this page, which is a possibility. I'm not going to count it. Let's do that again. This one. Search and replace. And call it 0. Oops. And let's see if that works. So I've taken it down to 0%. It's kind of an example. You can do it on a per page basis. So the larger pages, you're gonna have to be more precise. You're gonna have to take it down to 0. But if a page doesn't have like infinite scroll or something, it's gonna be fine. Cool, so 0, this is what we expected. Nothing should have passed because every page has the changes. But once we review these, I can see right here, that's fine, but this isn't. Does any other page have that? This one, same page, different viewport. If I scrub, I don't see anything. Oh, there's a motion. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Go back in here. First, we gotta fix that CSS. Then we're gonna retest it again. So, contact us. Let's inspect this. No, let's inspect this guy. Inspect. Phone footer widget. All right, let's target that. Phone footer widget. Compile, which I think it already is. Already compiled and finished. Let's test it again. Get rid of this. So we should still have 10 failures, but that contact us shouldn't be part of it. So let's just look at the diffs. So the diffs are hot pink. Okay, that one's good. Let's look at the diff. Okay, fine. Again, footer widget. Anything on this page? No. Okay, here's our contact us page. This is where the diff was before. So this looks good. This is what we want. Okay, let's go back, stop, approve. Now those are our new pages. All this stuff, all these pink and where it's red down here in the footer, this is our new standard that we're going to use. So get rid of this report. And then I'm going to go over commit it. Well, first I need to add some stuff to that ignore. This guy. So get integration. You can see, man, I got a ton of files in here. I sure don't want all these, but I do want to share the references with my team. So I'm going to add this to my ignore file. Come up here. Oops. Where's that ignore file? Here we go. Come down here. Give myself. Oops. Comment. BackstopJS files. Plop. Okay, and then let's refresh this. Get rid of some of these. Okay, 24. That's fine. So BackstopJS, of course. All of our reference files, of course. There's some like cookies JSON. I don't know exactly what this stuff is for. It's for the project, CSS overrides, the scripts, things like that. This is more advanced settings. This is stuff like if you want to hover over an element before you take the screenshot, say like a menu or something, or ensure that the color of those links on hover effects, this is where that will happen. But that's kind of more advanced stuff, and we're definitely not going to get into it now. So I'm going to put these in my change list, ignore change, my CSS, and then the build. Yep, everything else is good to go. I'm going to do Command K and change the footer widget color to red from primary blue. Okay, let's push this sucker up to master. I'm working on master. YOLO, right? Okay, it's going up. I'm already logged in on one of my different monitors. I'm gonna not show you my server configuration, but I am gonna go apps. Wait, how do I get there? Yeah. Okay. Commit and push for crying out loud. Yes. It's pushing up. It's kind of a lot of files, kind of some big images. But we caught regression. We caught it. So I don't have the new stuff out on this. I haven't pulled in the new changes yet, so we're still blue. Why do you do that? Contact. So this is still blue, this is still blue. So let me do a git pull from the server to get those changes into the remote. Oops. Git pull. Done. Okay, so we should see some changes, and this better not be one of them. Okay, so we see red. That's good. I have pretty good confidence that nothing made it in here, but you can obviously there's false negatives, false positives that were involved in the test. So it catches them. You still need to do the analysis. It hasn't abstracted everything away from the developer. So it catches the changes. You just need to decide if those changes are what you want. So that's a quick intro to BackstopJS. I'd like to get into more like the hover effects and setting that stuff up, but that should get you started. All right, take care.